The myth that migration leads to an increase in crime. Migration doesn't cause crime. It is actually the opposite. In countries with more immigrants, crime often drops. Look at the United States. In 1990, immigrants made up 6% of the population. By 2012, that number hit 13%. Over that time, violent crime fell by nearly half, from 700 to 400 per 100,000 people. This isn't just true in America. Globally, migration has increased, but crime rates in developed countries keep falling. In the UK, property crimes dropped by 45% despite more migrants. This trend holds in other nations too. A century of research confirms this. Take Venezuela. Millions of Venezuelans fled their country after 2014. They settled in Chile, Colombia, and Peru. They committed fewer crimes than locals. When immigrants are allowed to work, crime decreases. This is true for migrant workers. When they find jobs, they don't turn to crime. However, refugees and undocumented migrants are different. They're more likely to commit survival crimes. That's petty theft or document forgery. But this happens because they can't legally work. Once they're legalized, their crime rates drop. In the EU, migrants' crime rates fell after 2004. That's when new countries joined, and easier work opportunities came. In Italy, migrant crime dropped after Romania and Bulgaria joined the EU. This wasn't because they were less likely to commit crimes. It was because they could work legally. Second-generation immigrants are a different story. They commit more crimes than first-generation immigrants, but the reasons are complex. Discrimination, poverty, and a lack of opportunities play a big role. In Germany and the Netherlands, second-generation immigrants struggle. They face bias in schools and workplaces. This can lead them down the wrong path. They often join gangs. This downward assimilation is a real problem. So why do migrants end up in prison? In Switzerland, third-generation immigrants can't get citizenship. This makes them seem like foreigners, even if they were born there. This overrepresentation in prisons doesn't reflect reality. In countries like France, immigrants who become citizens aren't counted. This distorts the numbers. Ironically, migrants are often the victims of crime themselves.